Hello, my adoring fans. Today I woke up bright and early. It wasn't actually that bright and early, it just looks it. Because Madeira is in the same time zone as London, but like considerably further west. So the sun rises later and sets later than it would in London. But I ate a natas from yesterday, and then Maddie and I headed off to the bakery to procure the morning breakfast for everyone. Then we came back and we sat in the town square waiting for Hugo and Sarah to emerge, and we ate our breakfast. This was mine. Maddie hadn't. What do you have? Enchilada?
Probably.
Yes.
Empanada. Hers was tasty. Mine was also tasty. Anyway, then we got on a jeep, and today we're on a tour of Madeira, so we saw about 1 million things, which also means you're going to see about 1 million videos of my knees. So I hope you enjoy it. But yeah, good views all round, I would say. The first place we went to was a very tall cliff. Did you say it's the tallest in the world? Tallest in Europe? But anyway, you can look down and see it's very tall. And they have like some mesh walkway, and then they have a clear glass walkway, which I walked over in about 2 seconds and then stayed on the concrete the rest of the time because, you know, I'm not about that life. Heights and me don't really mix. They have a sign. If you pause, you might be able to read with all the people walking in front of it. But here's a better view. It was a nice view when I was nice and safe up on the concrete. All these people holding their phones over the edge. It gives me, just even now, I'm getting sweaty thinking about it. But you know, I did manage to get some. I ventured out again after a short short breath to compose myself. Anyway, back in the jeep. I got the best seat because I was the biggest. High privilege. Anyway, they had lots of tunnels and waterfalls. So now I think we're on the north side of the island. Here we are in a tunnel. But yeah, what did we do? Well, we stopped off at a bunch of viewpoints. This was pretty cool. I liked how the water was light blue near the rocks in general today. All foamy. That was enjoyable. More waterfalls, more rocks. I think I realised that it was kind of like, yeah, you couldn't really tell what was going on because it was a bit dark, because my camera was struggling to adjust to the change of brightness, so extra bonus footage. And then also bonus footage of the Atlantic Ocean. If you head this direction, you end up in Iceland. So there you go. But yes, back in the jeep, as promised. And then we went to a black sand beach, I think. Yeah, it's a black sand beach. It doesn't look that black in this video, but I promise you it was black sand. Next to a massive cliff. Basically, Madeira seems to be huge cliffs heading into the ocean, and then some like flat bit at the top. And for some reason, people only live on the cliffs. I don't know.
To the right.
Yeah, more waterfall.
A lot more.
I learned some interesting facts about how the water
right.
is like distributed in Madeira. They've got these like series of like mini canals that go around, and people can kind of romantic. People can like siphon off some of it according to a schedule that they have, where you just like block the canal for an hour or something and get your water for your little personal farm. So that was quite cool. Saw the Monopoly Man. Good graffiti. I don't know what Pioneeros means, but I assume maybe pioneers. I don't know. Back in the jeep as promised. And then I think the next thing is we saw some volcanic pools. Yes, this was next to them. It was just like, wouldn't want to get caught in this, is what I was thinking. And then here are the pools. And these aren't actively volcano-y, but they're fed by the sea, and they were made by, allegedly, now inactive volcanic stuff. But yeah, other pools, cool mountain, cool building on mountain. Then we stopped for lunch, and I chose some lunch, but then the guy said they were out of it, so I was like, I won't have anything, I'll share with Maddie. And I think that was quite a good decision, because like the food actually didn't hit the spot too well for me, if I'm honest. The soup was good, but the rest of it I was kind of happy I dodged. I helped Maddie finish off the pudding because she didn't want it, and even this, but you know, it was alright, but it wasn't great. Oh, this is the extra pools. I don't know what I was showing you before. Who knows? Maybe it was the same thing from a different angle. Probably was. But yes, back in the Jeep. And then the highlight of the day for me was we went to Fanal Forest. Here I am standing in front of the sign. Oh, I seem to have blocked a bit of it. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh well, enjoy that video. And then here it is in the forest. So some of these trees are like 500 or 600 years old. And then it gets kind of misty and spooky. But we actually had really good weather today. But then a little bit of the mist crept over. And you could kind of see what was going on. So here's some of the mist being all spooky. And then if I turn around, there's no mist. But the mist did eventually creep in, but it evaporates really quickly, basically. So it's like the cloud gets pushed over the ridge and it stays there for a little bit on days like this. But then it kind of gets like, burnt up real quick. Whereas on some days it just stays misty. So apparently it's meant to be good to be misty. I don't really understand. But it was fun, cool, I liked it. So this is the big plateau kind of thing I was talking about at the top. Lots of flat land. But you're not allowed to build anything here because I think it's like the government has an environmental preserve or something, or park. But cool views, as always. Put back in the Jeep. And then we were driving through a eucalyptus forest because they brought the eucalyptus trees because they needed some fast-growing wood to burn in their steam engines, which powered something. Do you remember what it powered? No, it doesn't remember. But it powered something, some kind of like produce they made, I think. Either wine or bananas. Probably not bananas. I can't remember. But anyway, then they solved that problem and then they ended up with a new problem. Of now the eucalyptus trees, taking over everything. Then we stopped at this other beach. Where there was that huge cliff, and then you could kind of see the beach quite well, but then there was this little lookout, and they had this cool rock, and lots of like huge amounts of wind, and big waves crashing into the rocks. Kind of felt like what I imagine it would have looked like when Maddie and I went to the very tip of the North Island of New Zealand, if you can see further than the length of our arm. So it was quite fun, I enjoyed it. And then there's the view of where we were, but from the beach. So there you go. Anyway, we got back in the Jeep and we got dropped off back where we got picked up because that was the end. So they said goodbye to Silver, the guide. Had an ice cream. And then here you're going to see 2 videos of me walking. That's because we walked back to the flat to get changed and have a shower. But I was so tired that I forgot to film me relaxing. So I relaxed a little bit here, but look, I'm now fresh. New pair of clothes. Excellent. And we went to have some dinner. And I forgot to tip here, so I ended up running back after we left, but, it was pretty tasty. It was like a seafood place. I don't really like fish, but, we had the poncha, which is a cocktail, which was tasty. And then I had some limpets and a cannibal toast, which was like sea green or something, with some sauces and whatever, like raw, that was tasty, and some chips, that was tasty, and then we had this chocolate mousse, which was also tasty. But yeah, then we walked off. I ran back quickly to leave the tip I forgot to do, and then we played The Mind. We actually did quite well. We got to level 5, and we almost did it a couple of times, so we've improved. Last time we were stuck on level 3. So yeah, I hope you all had a good day. And